Travis Kelce gave an interview with the Wall Street Journal magazine where he spilled some tea on his relationship with Taylor Swift. So Travis revealed that some people on Taylor's team, quote unquote, played Cupid and got her to reach out after he confessed on his podcast that he tried to meet her at one of her shows. He also said she was, quote, hilarious and genius and wasn't nervous on their first date. But he also said, quote, I've never dated anyone with that kind of aura about them. I've never dealt with it. But at the same time, I'm not running away from any of it. The article also gives us some insight as to why there's so much fascination with the Taylor-Travis romance. A professor who teaches an actual class called The Sociology of Taylor Swift said, we just want a break from all the bad news out there. You look angry.
I'm not.
Jeff looks confused, and Tori looks like a peacock.
So excited. I just want to first say, there's also a class, I think maybe your alma mater in LA.
UCLA?
Yeah, I thought the business side of Taylor Swift.
Makes
which
sense,
I think is much more interesting.
I took history of rock and roll.
Oh,
I
that's
took
right.
history of blues, and I took history of the Beatles.
Whoa, look at you.
All at UCLA.
No.
How were the other football players in that class?
All the athletes were. I was an athlete.
History of rock and roll. Good at. I will say very quickly that what he said at the very end there, which was, I have never met anyone with an aura like hers, but I'm not running away from any of it, is the news here. That's the big story. Now, people on BuzzFeed are kind of going and running with it. It's a bit of shade. And I want to tell you why. It's a bit of a burn. Oh, he's already bored. I'm so sorry. Taylor's ex-boyfriend, Joe Alwyn, who she was with for 6 years, and she did the whole like Evermore and all those like really fairy woodland type of songs. He hated her fame. He didn't like all of that aura, and it was well known. And Taylor has just recently said she was terrified of being the Taylor Swift in front of him. What Travis is saying is it's a burn to Joe Alwyn. I'm not that kind of guy. I like that kind of power. I like that kind of fame. Run to me all you want. I'll be on camera, whatever you need. And it really shows off that he can take her stardom. So that little bit of that cherry that we all thought, ugh, whatever, that's a very special message if you're interested in the Swift language.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I do have a tiny degree in
No, you
Swiftie.
clearly are a master.
However, that's also shade to his ex-girlfriends too.
True.
So it's like it does work both ways
1000%.
because I understand that he's never dated anyone like Taylor in terms of her obvious star power and success and all of that, but an aura is really very. It's a word that can be used to also diminish some women in his past who have already been diminished and been catching strays for no reason at all, other than the fact that at one time they had a relationship with him. So I don't like that aspect of it.
I understand that. I think it was more towards that, but it begs the question, what aura did your others in your past have? You're absolutely right.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Jackson.
Maybe the boys will jump in on this beat, because last night Travis and the Kansas City Chiefs took on his brother Jason's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, in a Super Bowl rematch, but this time Chiefs lost, but their mom, Donna Kelce, was cheering for both teams. She wore her famous split jacket and revealed some custom-made shoes, with one shoe saying Mama in Chiefs colors and Kelce with the Eagles logo on the other. In the Wall Street Journal article, Travis's mom said that she felt bad about how she answered a question about Taylor on the Today Show last month. Take a look.
What was she like? What was it? I mean, so you got to know her a little bit. Got to see with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay.
Ooh, Travis said his mom was just trying not to sound too enthusiastic about their relationship, trying to downplay it. What do you think, Jeff and Al?
I think she was definitely trying to downplay it. I think they're just regular people from Cincinnati.
And you stuck up for her, I remember.
Cleveland Heights.
From Cleveland Heights, yeah, Ohio, Midwest people. Like I said, I think the brothers keep each other grounded. I think they're just answering questions. Why do you think this? I don't know, because I like her and I'm not going to run away. There's college classes breaking down what Travis Kelce said. He's a football player from the Midwest.
No, it's the Taylor Swift, not Travis.
Whatever. I'm over it all.
The Travis
anyway.
ones are on online colleges.
Yeah, maybe we should start teaching history in colleges. Yeah. Maybe that's what we should start teaching. But it's just, they're just normal people from the Midwest answering questions that they don't think are going to be broken down and scrutinized for weeks at a time on Daily Blast Live.
Right. Well, I will say this. The only thing I'll push back on with that, Jeff, is I do think initially Mama was over it. I think that she has for her whole life.
You don't think
I don't, because that answer, because she, being from the Midwest, I think that there's a lot of people there that are very good, even if it's not somebody they love. It's, hey, how are you?
She's lovely.
You can give a polite answer.
Right.
When you go, it was okay.
Right.
Would you ever describe dinner at Erica's house like that? That's your way of saying, no, I'm just saying, that's your way of being polite, but just saying, I'm not a huge fan. And I love that because she's defending her sons. She's like, you're bringing your pop stardom to my son's football games. And she was initially hesitant.
You're reading too into it.
They're professors that have courses on it, and I'm reading too much.
I do think she could have said she was lovely, but the fact that she said it was okay, I would have regretted that. That came off wrong.
But maybe that's how you feel.
Why can't we take what Travis Kelce said verbatim?
She said it wrong. That's
he said his mom was trying to downplay. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Take what he said without running and painting this dialogue and narrative about a mom who doesn't want to be a part of this. Maybe she doesn't want the fame.
And I think that's probably a part of it. But I don't think what Al is saying is wrong. I just think that the narrative needed to be reshaped a little bit. Just because I thought about it, I'm not saying that she didn't like Taylor, but I know that if that was my father,
that's what I was thinking about.
And if he was put in a situation where he had a response, that would be his response. That's because he's not going to sugarcoat things. He's not going to
mean he doesn't like that person?
People. No, it means that that's how he feels in that moment. And you asked him a question and he's giving you a response. He's not thinking about what people think about it or how it's going to be litigated in the press.
Even though you're on the Today Show.
It would not matter. It would not. There's a reason why until recently my father wasn't allowed in public in these situations with me. I just brought him on the red carpet this year because we had to have a full understanding of what it meant to be out in public with me when I'm working. Now he did play the game, but that was, I mean, I'm 42 years old. That took a long time to get us here, and we are here, and bless you, Father.
I think Roosevelt was having his moment, but okay.
He was having his moment, but it took a long time to get there.
Okay.
No stank face or anything.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So before we go, we want to give a shout out to Nina Cash. The 57-year-old is officially a Sport Illustrated swimsuit model and will be featured in the upcoming issue. So Nina, who is a retired university associate dean with her doctorate, by the way, was a finalist in the annual Sports Illustrated Swim Week runway show. She said that a lot of women reached out to her and thanked her for making it okay to go gray. This makes me so happy.
Yeah, I love everything about this. What isn't there to love? Inspiration or smile or energy?
No, I'm just so happy to see women of a certain age being celebrated and beautiful, and people giving these women their flowers. I just saw Nyad. If you've not seen the story of Diana Nyad in her 60s swimming from Cuba to Key West, unbelievable, 100-something miles. Again, I like to see women as I get older. I like to look to older women and say, I can do that too, and it gives me something to look forward to. So
I totally agree.
Isn't it great?
Amazing. I bet you could you swim from Cuba to Key West?
She did it again. And then she made a weird noise after that.
I could definitely swim a long time, but the caveat here is she has to weather all the different elements. So she has to weather the currents, she has to weather the jellyfish, the sharks. That is the most difficult part.
I see.
You mean things in the ocean?
Yes. Also, do you weather sharks? I think
you do have to weather.
Weather is
a weather though.
It's a
verb as well.
Y'all leave Sam alone.
I can't with any of these people. You're not helping. You're not. It's too much.